No one person and no one system can solve this problem.
It's so important to look outside of your own community, and like see the other issues, so you can tackle those before they start developing in your community.
When we speak about youth violence, it's not just one issue. It's not just the fighting. It's not just the guns. It's not just drugs, but it comes from many different areas. I mean, we emphasize it's a public health issue.
An important piece of that is being able to communicate what works and how communities can put that into action.
If we tried to hold this meeting 30 years ago, we'd be lucky to get 10 people in the room.
We have to work with communities, so we could do it together. Separate, we can't do it. Together, we can.
It can be switched around. It's a movement, and every day is STRYVE for me.
It's a partnership. It's a national partnership where organizations have come together to try to attack and prevent violence.
This is absolutely essential for us making further progress. We have to work together. And it begins with a shared goal, a shared vision of where we're going.
And so it's striving to reduce violence in communities throughout this country and doing it in partnership.
I think STRYVE is absolutely a part of that and contributes greatly to the vision that I have, for myself and for us as a society.
I think STRYVE is looking for a way to be able to share effective and proven interventions with community members, with leaders of national organizations, with policymakers.
I think what it represents is a long stream of work that is born out of partnerships between university-based researchers and people within the community mental health agencies, schools.
STRYVE's trying to bridge the gap between research and practice, between research and what's actually happening in communities.
The possibilities of what this network could do for not only national organizations, but like you say, the state, the local organizations, is quite exciting.
What makes STRYVE different and really important is that they're talking about stopping youth violence before it ever starts, true prevention. And it makes it different, it makes it worth being a part of, and it makes it something that we think is going to make a gigantic difference for kids' communities and youth across America.
Ultimately, I think this is a multi-systemic approach. It's got to be the adults, it's got to be government, it's got to be the private sector, and it's got to be the young people who are impacted and who can impact the world that they live in.
A lot of times you see, younger people our age not caring, and that to me is the saddest thing in the world, because it's like, you're going to live in this world, say something, do something about it, and make sure that it's the world that you want to live in.
And so I think STRYVE provides an opportunity to really grow a set of young people who can operate in a multi-tiered, multi-dimensional strategy around reducing violence.
The youth that we've seen here, we've seen them reflect their artistic talent in terms of how inspired they are to address the problem of youth violence in their communities and to take what they're seeing and what they're experiencing and help adults to learn from that and to better understand how adults can work with them to address the needs that they're seeing in their communities. So it's a critical part of STRYVE.
This kickoff for STRYVE is tremendous. This is a first.
It's so encouraging. It's like I've never been around this many groups involved at the same goal.
I think the more we can get folks in the same room talking about this issue, planning for strategies around how to impact violence, I think the better we get at doing this work.
We're standing on the shoulders of greatness and on strong foundations. We're standing on the experience and the knowledge and the lessons learned from what they've done from 30 years ago, from other similar launches.
Collaboration is key. Communication, talking about these issues, not letting, social taboos get in the way of discussing, solutions to issues like that.
As STRYVE continues to grow, I think we're going to see communities implementing new programs, communities implementing better programs, and we're going to see a reduction in youth violence.
And I feel like it's really a great movement, so when I leave here, I have my contacts and I'll be looking forward to any endeavor that I can help make a change in my community.